Hi friends, 6 o'clock here on the dot. Thanks for starting off a brand new week with us here on Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Nicole Hernandez. We want to bring in our meteorologist, Thomas Patrick, because Thomas, today just in general already feels like it's going to be much better than some of the days we saw over the weekend.
It's going to feel better than Saturday.
Oh yeah, not only the heat, but the air quality as well. Thomas, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, basically all of that. Our temperatures are definitely a little cooler overall, just much nicer leading into the day. But it's the air quality differences that are making it feel a lot better this morning. I even popped open my windows for the first time in about a week here, just because the air quality primarily has improved greatly in Spokane. We're currently at 62 degrees. A bit cooler, but certainly could have been a lot lower for September standards, but a move in the right direction. And while air quality alerts are still in effect until further notice, it's because of the fires in northeastern Washington that we do have to monitor this basically day after day. Stevens County, still unhealthy air quality, but it has improved in Spokane County. So we will monitor that basically day to day. But at least today, looking a lot better overall, especially from Spokane's perspective. A high of 82 degrees is cooler than it was compared to every day last week.
Thank you, Thomas. Let's take a live look at traffic now at I-90 and Pines. There's not much going on our roads at this time. It is just 6:01, and we're not seeing any major traffic or backup at this point. Right now, not just here at I-90 and Pines, but along all of I-90 and some of our other major highways are looking clear if you're heading out the door.
New this morning, a part of State Route 2 is back open after a hit and run. This happened southwest of Newport near Highway 2 and State Route 21. The State Patrol says a driver hit a pole, knocking it onto the highway. Another driver and the driver of a semi both ran into the pole. No one was hurt. The road was shut down early this morning, but is now back open. WSP is still looking for the driver who hit the pole and knocked it to the ground.
We want to give you an update this morning on several wildfires burning across the inland Northwest.
One of them is the Crown Creek fire burning in Stevens County. The fire has now burned into and combined with the nearby Blackhawk Mountain fire. Altogether, it's burned nearly 14,000 acres. Level 1, 2, and 3 evacuations are in place this morning. The fire is 5% contained.
The Rattlesnake Fire, burning on the Colville Confederated Tribes Reservation, is now more than 13,000 acres. Level 3 Go Now evacuations are in place near the fire. Fire crews say this fire is burning through mostly tall grass, timber, and brush. And this morning, fire investigators are still working to figure out what caused a big fire at Avista Stadium.
So that fire destroyed the main concession stand. Fire crews battled the flames for about 6 hours on Friday before they got it under control. While the Indians have been doing major upgrades to the stadium, the concession stand built about 12 years ago was not due for a renovation, but now it's a new project and they will work on it during the off season. The Indians and Spokane County, which owns the facility, are confident it will be back up and running to serve fans.
Really heartwarming. It really, I think, shows what the Spokane Indians community, the Spokane community is all about. When times are tough, they're there for you, and that really means a lot.
The team says they are thankful no one was hurt, and they are grateful for all the calls and messages of support from fans.
If you've driven past the Northwest Boulevard and Grace Avenue intersection, you might have noticed some new construction. Well, an ordinance from 2024 is helping preserve part of the 100-year-old building that's there. Back in November, Spokane City Council passed an ordinance to help preserve homes and buildings on the Spokane Register of Historic Places and buildings that are more than 50 years old. The construction on Northwest Boulevard and Grace is deconstructing a historic building from 1920. A youth mental health nonprofit is planning on opening a multi-generational housing facility there.
The multi-generational comes from, we'll actually have older adults in there to work with our youth on mentorship. So they'll be able to access and have hands-on vocational training at the Gildred's Garage, which is also on site.
This construction is the first time the new ordinance is being implemented. As construction continues, crews will preserve historic pieces of the building like light fixtures and bathroom sinks.
Right now, a Washington State Patrol trooper is facing vehicular manslaughter charges for hitting and killing a Richland man nearly 6 months ago. You are looking at body cam video of when officers stopped and arrested her. Prosecutors allege Sarah Klassen was under the influence when she hit and killed 20-year-old Jose Vega Sanchez. on Highway 240 near Richland. Klassen was off duty at the time of the crash. New documents show Klassen had spent nearly 4 hours at a local bar with her husband before the crash. She told police she was heading home from picking up pizza and refused a breathalyzer at the time.
Idaho State University is looking at buying the Idaho College of Osteopathic Medicine. It's a for-profit medical school in Meridian. The university brought in a national consulting firm to help them through this process. The firm will help answer some big questions about the potential buy, like what it could mean for current and future students hoping to study medicine. ICOM is already on ISU's land, just right next to the university's health science campus.
We're always thinking about ways that we can align ourselves more because for Idaho State University, we have the mandate as the health sciences institution for the state. We have the mandate and the responsibility to take a lead in meeting the healthcare workforce needs of the state.
This is all happening as the Idaho legislature is working on ways to fix the state's physician shortage. They have said Idaho needs a state-owned medical school. Okay, this happened really quick. Raising Cane's is already officially opening up here in Spokane. It's happening tomorrow. It'll be off of Newport Highway up near the Y, and they're having a big grand opening. As part of the grand opening celebration, there will be a chance to win free canes for an entire year. Also, some Gonzaga basketball players will be making a special appearance. There will be music, free Canes gear, and other giveaways as well.
Happening this week and next week, the D.C. Corbin Mansion is raising funds to restore and preserve its historic facility. Right now, the original home is decorated room by room with furniture and antiques from a series of local vendors, and everything you see is actually for sale. If you want to take a tour, the event runs now through the 20th. With one ticket, you can actually visit the house multiple days throughout the event.
Well, if you're thinking of taking a trip, take this as your sign to use up all your PTO. Frontier Airlines is starting 22 new routes by the end of this year. One of those new routes will be a direct flight from Spokane to Phoenix. The new flight will start on November 23rd, and it'll fly twice a week. Prices for this are starting at just $29.
On this Monday morning, we are tracking air quality because some spots still reporting unhealthy, and that would be up in Stevens County. But meanwhile, here in Spokane, it has improved vastly since this past weekend with a current AQI of 57. And that's actually the worst spot in Spokane County. So it's actually looking pretty good as it stands right now. And our temperatures are going to be much lower than they were last week. 82 is still warm, but compared to the 90s and near 100-degree heat, this is a lot more comfortable to handle. In fact, this is actually our warmest day of the week, as we'll see even cooler yet weather and rain chances once we head into tomorrow.
This morning, we want to take a moment and celebrate Miss Washington, who competed this weekend for the title of Miss America.
Amber Pike is a Gonzaga grad who won the title of Miss Spokane before moving on to win the state and national competitions. These are some photos of her on stage at Miss America over the weekend. And while she did not win the crown that went to Miss New York, Amber represented the Evergreen State well this weekend. You have to go check out her Instagram. You can see her performance, her talent on the violin. It was really impressive.